What's up, bro? Today we're going to be going over some of my biggest mistakes going from this to this as a naturally skinny fat guy. Now, before we get into the video, I just want to say, I know I'm not huge. However, I have always struggled with putting on weight and muscle, and along the way I have made so many mistakes, some of which have held me back heaps. So for that reason, I feel like I've got some decent advice. If you're also a skinny guy who's training, make sure to pay attention to this video, because this advice might just save your gains. But anyways, enough talking, let's hop into the video. So, starting off with mistake number one, and arguably one of the most detrimental, doing too many isolation exercises. So I clearly remember when I first started training in the gym in 2020, I walked in and just did way too many isolation exercises. I would spend all my time doing bicep curls, tricep push downs, all these different cable exercises. And the problem with that is that these exercises only train one muscle group at a time, without training the rest of your body. However, if we look at the large compound exercises like the bench press, the deadlift, the pull-ups, all of these exercises train many muscle groups at once, meaning you're getting way more bang for your buck. You see, when I first started training, I had three main problems. Number one, I struggled with putting on size. Number two, I lacked strength. And number three, I was super busy because I didn't have much time to train because I had school, homework, all this other crap I had to deal with at the time. So by constantly going to the gym and doing like 25 different isolation exercises and cable curls, what do you think I was doing, bro? I was simply wasting my time. Yes, the pumps were nice, but my body just continued looking like crap. I wasn't building that aesthetic V-tape or Dorito physique, as I like to call it. So if you're a skinny guy as well and you want to put on size, trust me, stop wasting all your time doing a bunch of isolation exercises. Yes, you should do a few at the end of your workout, for example, side lateral raises or cable curls, etc., the important ones, but don't spend too much time doing them. Focus on your compound lifts, and I promise you're going to make so much more progress in the long run. This is something I wish someone told me when I was starting out in the gym, because I was simply wasting all of my time and not building as much muscle as I wanted. Let's go on to mistake number two, not taking my nutrition seriously. So I clearly remember in my early lifting days, I never even once really thought about my nutrition. I would just eat whatever was at home. I would go to school like a half-empty lunchbox with like an apple, maybe like a few chips or something, and every now and then I'd buy some food from the cafeteria. But as you can tell, I was getting absolutely no calories in my system. And guess what this resulted in? Me being very, very skinny. Like, yes, I was athletic, I had abs, I had a little bit of muscle because I was training a lot, but at the end of the day, bro, this was so unhealthy. Going down to extremely low levels of body fat is not healthy at this age because we're progressing, we're growing, our systems are developing and our hormones. So as a guy, if you're getting no calories in your system like I was, you could be stunting your growth and leading to a whole load of shit which you don't want to deal with in the future, trust me, bro. So in order to deal with this problem, I had one simple solution: to take my nutrition more seriously. At first, this was a problem because being that I wasn't at home most of the time, I didn't really have access to all this healthy food. Yes, I had my little lunchbox, but that was it, and that wasn't enough for me to get my calories in. And then I had one other option, which was to buy food from the cafeteria and all these junk food places. I didn't want to do that either because number one, it can get expensive, and number two, it just makes you feel like crap. You have terrible workouts and everything else. So here I knew I had to get a little bit creative. I sat down on my laptop and came up with a meal plan, as well as a bunch of meals and snacks I could start buying that are easy to make, versatile, quick, and trust me, man, any moron can make these. These are literally so easy to make. They're also quite healthy and won't result in you eating and feeling like crap. So here they are. We got oatmeal, protein shakes, beans on toast with cheese, pesto pasta, shout out to Joe Fazer for this one, by the way, eggs cooked with butter, granola, cereal, nuts, peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, chocolate milk, and fruit juice. If you'd like the list to all of these food as well as a bunch of other information on nutrition, I'll link in the description of this video a completely free Google document so you can just check it out right after watching this video. If you start consuming some of these foods on a day-to-day basis or even packing them to school, I promise you're gonna get way more calories into your system, which will result in more gains. Again, keep in mind that nutrition is a very complicated subject and it's going to be different for every single person out there. For example, I need to consume a different amount of calories to you because we have different bodies and goals. As long as you do some research and actually start meal prepping for yourself, all tailored to your goals and needs, I promise you're going to progress 10 times faster in the gym. And finally, to end off the video, we have my final mistake: not prioritizing the key aesthetic muscles. So when I began training, like many of you, my main goal was to just look big in clothes. This is all I wanted, bro. I wanted to look muscular in my t-shirts. I wanted to fill them out. I wanted to look like, those big guys you see on the street. And so I began training. I was doing bench press, pull-ups. I was doing all the main stuff. I was putting so much effort into my training. But still, for some reason, something was off. It felt like I was putting so much effort into my whole gym life, but for some reason, I just wasn't looking bigger in clothes. Well, it turns out I wasn't focusing enough on training my key aesthetic muscles. muscles, being the shoulders, upper chest, the traps, the neck, and this entire upper body section, which is very visible when you're wearing a t-shirt. I wasn't focusing on training this area enough. So this is when I made the decision to change up my morning routine. I added loads more volume into this upper body section, and this is when my physique transformed like mad. I started filling out t-shirts, I started looking bigger in clothes, and I started getting way more compliments from people and strangers, and especially the people I knew. Like, this was amazing to me, man. Finally, I was making some progress, looking better in clothes. And yes, I get it, I don't look massive in clothes yet, but I definitely look a lot bigger than I did a few months back when I didn't even prioritize this section. So if you're in the position I was in a few months ago, you're tired of not looking good in clothes, you're training loads but you don't see the progress, I highly suggest you add more volume into this upper body section, especially the shoulders and the upper chest, man. This makes such a big difference in your physique. And if you're interested, I'll link in the description of this video my personal workout routine, which helped me develop this physique. If you want to check it out, I'll leave it in the description of the video. But overall, I want to end off the video here, man. I really hope you enjoyed this video. All the best of luck to you on your gym journey. If you have any more questions, comment them down below and I'll answer every single one of your questions. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Пока, брат.